Hello. So, Ahsoka, Star Wars Ahsoka has premiered first two episodes, which I'm gonna be reviewing here. So, straight off the bat, the episode starts out with a scroll down, and I very much like this. I really like that. I get people may not like it because it wasn't the traditional Star Wars type thing, but I liked it. But then Balin and Shin come aboard this New Republic cruiser and basically start, they give them a chance and let's go see Morgan Elsbeth, which of course they're gonna break her out. Okay, but then we get we then see Ahsoka in this which we later learn on is a Night Sister temple. It was a temple built by the Night Sisters. And so this was a very slow-paced scene until we get to Ahsoka basically runs into these Imperial droids and basically fights them off. But I feel like they could have paced this up a little faster. They didn't need to make it so slow that I'm like, what's gonna happen next? I'm dying to know what's happening next. Give me something. So yeah, I did not like that. But I did think it was very interesting, these ruins and all that. But then, when we have Ahsoka just kicking these droids' bottom, they then decide to initiate their self-destruct protocol, which was kind of like that one droid from Mando episode 1. They're just like, oh, I'm going to self-destruct. I will self-destruct. Just keep on repeating that. And then we see Human, which he was in the Clone Wars episode, the Clone Wars arc, where they were the younglings. And yeah, he's a fan favorite from that. And he basically says, I am not a Padawan. So yeah. I really like that particular line. Although I think they were just trying to foreshadow, that Ahsoka and Sabine need to reunite and become master and apprentice once more. Which I'm kind of okay, but they're trying to make Sabine force sensitive, which they you hit most of the time, but now you have actually missed. People do not want to see Sabine as a force-sensitive Padawan. People want to see her as a Mandalorian. But brave decision, I guess. So then we get to Hera and Ahsoka meet up, which I thought was that's kind of cool. And when you've got Hera and Sabine meeting up, Ahsoka finds out that there were two force sensitives that attacked the cruiser for which Morgan Elsbeth was being transported on. And so, now Ahsoka's got to kind of clean up that mess. And Hera suggests that Ahsoka go to talk to Timmy-Kid, to Thor, and Ryder Azadi, Governor Ryder Azadi. He's from Rebels, and so is Jai Cal, who's now a senator. And like, I felt like the actor for Jai Cal just nailed it. However, I just didn't really agree with the actor for Ryder Azadi. It just didn't feel right. He didn't feel like the same character from Rebels. He just felt like he was a completely, entirely different character. Like, I'm glad he's back and in live action form. Although he does kind of look a little different from Rebels. I'm just glad we get to see Ryder. But it does kind of match his personality. I just don't completely agree that the actor was able to match him. However, he's like giving a speech of, these are the rebels who helped save us all. And Sabine is supposed to be giving this speech. And she apparently stormed off. So that was actually pretty funny. Just to see Sabine to be so teenager and rebellious. The governor wants me to give a speech? Nope, not gonna do that. I kind of find it interesting that they call her Commander Sabine when giving her the rank of commander, because we never really had ranks for the Rebels and Star Wars Rebels. Just a Lieutenant Commander for Ezra and General and Captain for Hera. So yeah, that was a little weird. But we have a little bit of a car chase scene because Governor Azadi wants to be found and brought to the ceremony. But she basically goes a little crazy, and then she heads back home to the communication tower where Ezra used to live. And then we basically get and just kind of paraphrasing, but then we see that Ahsoka arriving on the Thor, and just a little bit of a talk with Governor Azadi, and Sabine and Ahsoka talk, and I'm like, they both express, I wish we could have done this, and Ahsoka shows Sabine the map thing, which they kind of needed, to helps for Sabine to decipher it, which is a little weird that Sabine is the only one who can decipher it. I think Huyang could have deciphered it, or maybe even Luke, possibly. Or when can Ahsoka just call on one of the Jedi Force ghosts, maybe Yoda? It would have been kind of cool if they decanonized Chakotay's death and brought Chakotay back, but then we wouldn't get Sabine, obviously. So yeah. But then we see that Sabine wants to take the orb art thing, and Ahsoka says no. I think Sabine Sabine just storms off with it. And so Sabine makes off with the man. And after Ahsoka said no. And so she goes and studies it and is able to unlock it. And forming basically a hologram showing a galaxy and then another galaxy, which Morgan Ellsworth tells us that these are two galaxies, one being ours that's gonna bridge to go get Thrawn and Ezra. But then Hera and Ahsoka have a conversation about Sabine made off and and Hera's basically Hera's being very supportive of Sabine. So and also Huey jumps in saying, Sabine probably just needed to go sometime the same. But then some of the fleet assassin droids ambush Sabine and take the orb, destroy all record of the man. And so but she's able to fend them off. But then Shin is on a thought to basically kill Sabine. And they have a pretty good lightsaber fight. But since Sabine isn't quite so trained in the Force, or quite so up to date in training with the lightsabers, that she does lose to Shin, and she's literally stabbed in right under her left boob. I'm saying boob, but child appropriate. So if you're a child, don't watch this. But and I guess she didn't hit one of her vital organs or something. I don't know. But so Ahsoka just arrives there and Shin just leaves really fast. But the episode ends, and then here we go to episode 2. Now in episode 2, Sabine wakes up, and it's a little weird. Here's the thing. It's a little weird that she wakes up and she's not in a bacta tank. She didn't come out of a bacta tank. But however, later in the episode, we see her have a patch over her wound from Shin's lightsaber, which I guess that Sabine or not Sabine, that now they've gone past the need for a bacta tank. Because if you think about it, you never see a bacta tank in the sequel trilogy. You never see it in Star Wars Resistance. So it's possible that the New Republic has moved past bacta tanks, now has more advanced medical technology. We're not gonna see a bacta tank anymore? Come on. I miss the bacta tank. But so Sabine tells Ahsoka, I deciphered the map, but I cannot remember the map precisely. I didn't have enough time, and the droids destroyed all my records. And this kind of infuriates Ahsoka, which is kind of weird that Ahsoka is just being a little mad at Sabine and she's not really controlling her emotions. Just because whenever you see Ahsoka, especially in Rebels, she was always controlled for 99% of the time. Except when she came across Vader, when she was crying and just be very emotional. But, yeah, I kind of don't agree with her just being so mad. But she is kind of keeping her cool, so I guess it's acceptable or something. I don't know. But, so then Ahsoka goes to the communications tower and, basically investigates, and one of the droids is still there. She basically chops his head off. And so she takes the head back to the medical facility where Sabine is able to try. It's like she's really talented for some reason. And like she was always talented at levels, but it's trying to get the information from the droid out of the map, which I just have to say, why is this Sabine is like this very special person? Like, surely Ahsoka has the resources to go to someone else. But they're kind of saying, oh, Sabine is like the only one in the galaxy who's on the good guy's side who can do this. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what? Oh, so Sabine is just so special. Come on. It's just for plot-wise that she's the only one who Ahsoka goes to. But she tries to like get the memory core sustained and kind of fails. And yeah. She does try her very hard, though she does find out that the droid was from Corellia. So we get Ahsoka and Hera going to Corellia, and then they like basically inspect the facility. And yeah. And then they come across a classified file. And the boss says, oh, I cannot open this to anyone without clearance. And I was like, oh, I'm a general. I'm authorized. I'm authorizing this. He's like, oh, no. And then some guy just says, for the Empire. That's completely funny. So it's funny how in the Mando first show, someone says, for the Empire. Is that like all ex-Imperials know to say? For the Empire, for the Empire, for the Empire. And just try to shoot a Jedi. Or a Mandalorian or someone who they would definitely not be able to kill. I guess they're just stupid or something. I don't know, but so then Ahsoka and him just check out all this entire command center. Hopefully they stun the guys. Although we do see like the head chief like at the end of the episode or close to the end. So I'm guessing they stunned, like Hera must have stunned him or like taken his weapon away. But hopefully she stunned them and didn't kill them. Like, hopefully the New Republic has a policy against their generals just going around killing ex-Imperials. Hopefully. There is still hope. And so Ahsoka just jumps out the window and the ex-Inquisitor Mowak and some of the assassin droids. Ahsoka just starts fighting, and she makes quick work, of course, of the assassin droids. Which is kind of weird because if you remember back to Clone Wars, even like the assassin droids in Clone Wars, they like gave Anakin a really tough time. I mean, he was a chosen one. So how is it that Ahsoka, even though she's highly trained, is able to take care of these droids with no problem? it's a little weird. But it's a little weird that Ahsoka seems to be able to just take care of these droids like they're no problem. Like, I need to know, how did you take care of these droids so easily? It really makes no sense for that to happen. But she's so good. I guess Go Power can do anything, I don't know. Just give her some difficulty, but she's not able to take out the former Inquisitor. Which, okay, he's an Inquisitor. They're kind of very hard to kill. They were trained by Vader, who also, and who was who trained Ahsoka. So I guess somebody would be even match for Ahsoka, I'm guessing. Well, at least the high trained ones, I guess. But, then, we also see, Hera and Chopper in the Phantom. Remember the Phantom from Rebels? This is just fine part of Chopper being Chopper. Like, hey, what did you mess with my stuff, you know, astromech BB? Just, no, did you check on the stuff thing? She doesn't actually say that, obviously, but yeah, it's like, oh, I got it now. Kind of a kid accusing his mom. Saying, Mommy, did you move my stuff? And she's like, no, I didn't. Did you check on the dresser? That was actually pretty funny. But then they go out in space. They're following a transport. And so they put a track on it. And what they're trying to do is track this transport back to Morgan Elsberg, and also Baden and Shin. And Chopper got the tracker onto the transport. But then Ahsoka couldn't defeat Inquisitor. She couldn't defeat Shin. And they escape on a shuttle. And off they go into the fastness of the home base. And so they jump to hyperspace and they have the tracker. And so basically by the end of the episode, Ahsoka realizes, I cannot do this alone. I need Sabine's help. And Sabine basically calls her and says, I'm with, and she cuts her hair and has her Mandalorian armor when she set out. And yeah, pretty good. So she goes to the store and meets up. We see the mirror. We can't see the end scene from Rebels. And then Huyen comes in and says, oh, General Syndulla has transmitted the coordinates of the transport. And there was some, like, such with an S, things like silos or something. And they basically go off. But this is not the end of the episode yet. No, ladies and gentlemen. We then see a scene where Shin, Warlock, the Inquisitor guy, Baby, and they're all holograms. And Morgan, which debating, and the episode basically ends with Morgan asking Baden, "What do you sense?" And he's saying he senses is that Ahsoka is she's very vivid in the Force, but she's more stronger than ever. And I think Baden's kind of catching on that, was kind of suspecting that there could have been a tracking device planted on the ship, so curious to see how that turns out next week. I will see you all next week, and I'll have a video about Star Wars coming out Friday about how General Grievous is being made Force sensitive by Disney. And I cannot believe Disney is doing this. You wait for that episode this Friday. Okay. See you all later, and make sure to subscribe.